Good morning, FlossTube. How are you? My name is Robin, and you are on my FlossTube channel, Lady Robins. And if you're also on Instagram, you can find me under the exact same name over there. And I welcome you to my channel. This is my FlossTube number 29, and it is Tuesday morning, the 21st of April. So thank you for tuning in. We're going to talk about cross stitch here. I'm going to show you what I've worked on this week and my plans. I've got some plans for Stitch Mania. That's what we're up to this morning. So in case I didn't say it, this is FlossTube number 29. I think I already said that, but oh well. That's okay. I am feeling a little slow today. It is overcast outside and my lovely sunshine is gone, and sunshine revs me up and clouds slow me down. Yep. Does that happen to you? Are you one that's kind of influenced by the weather a little bit? I know I am. So because of that, I am having coffee. I'm having a vanilla latte, my classic, in my Maryland mug. So for those that have been around here that are subscribers, you've seen me trot out a mug every week. Today we're in Maryland. For those that are new, thank you for stopping in and checking me out. I appreciate you being here. Feel free to like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment if you see something that you want to comment on. I'm always happy to make a connection with you. So let's get some coffee in us and let's get to the cross stitch, right? Love that. I even put 2 shots in my latte this morning to try to get me going. Okay. I was able to work on 3 WIPs this week, which is the first time in a long time that I have worked on that many pieces, and that felt really good. I was excited to make progress on 3 different pieces, and I got some things marked off in my planner. I'll show you that in a little bit. I just felt like I had lots of stitchy progress was made this week, and that is always fun for me. Okay, so what did I stitch on? Are you curious? I'll show you. The first thing that I broke out was Bent Creek and the Summer SnapperLand series. So there's 4 patterns. This is the first one. This is the one I worked on this week. Kind of, I think they call it the whale. Yeah, they call it the Whale House. So I worked on the Whale House, and it, if you've ever seen any of the SnapperLand pieces from Bent Creek, they have a couple of different ones, and you can stitch them individually, or there's a border. There's a great big huge free border that you can download, and so I have downloaded the border, and so I'm doing all 4 in one piece, and I'm doing it on this beautiful 32 count, what do they call it? It's on here. 32 count Belfast Rue green linen. And I'm stitching it 2 over 2. I'm just doing the called for. I didn't make any changes, no substitutions. It's straight what's on the pattern, and I loved it exactly the way it was, so I didn't feel like I needed to change anything up. So I am just getting the start of. So this on this side, you know, where the seahorse is and kind of the swirls, that's the border that you download from Bent Creek. And then this little guy up here too is also from the border. And then this right in here, this is from the Whale House chart. And like I said, there are 4, and they all go in a row. It's really super cute. So let's see if I can get this lined up right. Yeah, so then after the whale house, then you've got the beach. Isn't that cute? And the lighthouse. And then the bike ride. So those will just all 4 go in a row. And I am totally looking forward to making more progress on that. But for this week, I had the, oops, that's the backside. Sorry, guys. I had the dark kind of tiles on the roof already done. So I filled in kind of, I don't know if you call that the grout area, but I filled in the grout area. I got the whale done. And then I got the house, and then I was starting on the fence, and then the little hill. There's going to be a crab up there. So that's what I got. That's what I got done at the beginning of the week, and that was really, really fun to work on that. And then I don't know if you've ever stitched a SnapperLand, but the reason I call them SnapperLands is you actually get, with the, at least when I bought them, the chart came with these little black snaps, and so they're part of the embellishment on the piece. So super fun. In fact, I'm already past where the first snap is gonna go. This first snap is gonna go right under kind of the little whale. I guess that'd probably be like a weather vane. So this probably is like the pivot in the weather vane. So got that started. That's gonna be super fun. All right. That was the first thing that I had time to stitch on this week. I did that, like I said, at the beginning. And this has been riding around in my WIP pile for a long time, and it's one of those that I don't break out very often, but when I do, I'm like, oh, I love that thing. And I've said over and over again, Bent Creek is one of my favorite designers, and when I stitch on a Bent Creek, I'm like, yep, I still love those guys. So that's the first thing that I worked on this week. And then the next thing that I broke out was my, where is it? Here we go. My Snowflower Diary April calendar. So there, it's a freebie that you can download off the Snowflower Diary blog. And so I was able to get the border all the way around, and then I've got a start on the flowers up in the corner, and then of course the little, you know, just a long line of stitches, but that's what the bunny is gonna sit on. So like I said, I got all of those guys done, and I got the top row of the little grassy area that the bunny's gonna sit on. So my goal on this one this week is I want to finish up all of these flowers and the stem and get started on the bunny. So I'm hoping that I can get that much done on that guy this week. And this, in case you're curious, I'm doing it on a 32 count vintage country mocha. That's what I'm doing it on. 32 count vintage country mocha, and I'm doing it 2/2. So it's a fairly easy stitch, but there's a lot of color changes. So while it's not that difficult, you kind of have to, you know, keep either load up 5 or 6 needles with different colors and have them ready to go, or you have to keep switching your floss. So while it's an easy stitch, it takes longer than you expect. I'm surprised when I look at it that I'm not done. But that's okay. I'm stitching, it's making me happy, so and there we go. So that was the second thing that I made some progress on. Let's see, I think I've thrown them that way. And then the last thing I stitched on, I broke out Cardinal Points. And let's see. Trying to find you the pattern in case you're not familiar with it. Wow, there's so many pages in this thing. This is my first pattern where I have multiple pages, so this is new territory for me. So here we go. There is Cardinal Points. That's the pattern, and I am way up in here. And here's where I've gotten to. So when last I showed this to you, I had just started stitching kind of this cluster, and so I got this done. My neighbor's cat is outside and distracted me. I got kind of these leaves. So yeah, and then I'm working down the side. So it doesn't look like much progress, but again, it's a pattern that it's not all that difficult to follow, but you're switching colors. So last night when I was working on it, I loaded up 3 needles. I put, what is it? Tiger Lily in one, Sunflower in another, Pine in a third, and is that all? No, and Spring Grass. I loaded a needle with those 4 colors, and I told myself once I finished each length of thread from those 4 colors, then I'll see if I'm still awake and if I want to load up more needles. And it turned out I was sleepy. I went to bed a little bit earlier than normal, and that's okay because sometimes you're just tired. So went and hit the hay a little bit early, grabbed a book, and probably read for about 15 minutes. Made hardly any progress on my book. I just started, you guys, if you like kind of dystopian, young adult kind of fantasy type stuff, I am reading the 4th book by Neil Shusterman in the Scythe series. I just started The Toll, which is the third one. Oh, it's already hooking me, but I only got to read for about 15 minutes before my eyelids were closing. So I'm really looking forward to continuing on that read. So there you go. There's your book recommendation, if that's your type of thing. So yeah, I got a little bit of progress on Cardinal Points, so that was fun. And this is all the WIP progress I have to show you, but I feel pretty good about it because it's definitely more than I've been able to do the last few weeks. So it felt good to have kind of some stitchy momentum, and I'm sure the fact that the sun was out all last week helped a lot. Like I said before, the sun really kind of spurs me on and keeps me going. Hey, I want to do a quick shout out to Becca of Sambury Stitches. She reached 1,000 subscribers on her FlossTube channel this morning. I don't even know if she's seen yet, but if she hasn't, I hope I'm the first one to tell you. Congratulations, Becca. I know that's been a goal of yours for a while to hit that 1K mark, so you did it, girlfriend. Good for you. I am super, super excited for you because that is a milestone and that is fantastic. Okay, so what other things can we talk about? Are you getting ready for Stitch Mania? Do you even know what that is? I started watching FlossTube probably about a year ago, and then decided last year in September to make my own. So I was just finding out about Stitch Mania last year when everybody was kind of all ramped up and ready to go, and found out there's a Facebook group if you're needing to read about Stitch Mania. Basically, Stitch Mania is kind of a challenge, and I guess it started back in 2015, and the idea back then was you would start 15 new projects in May 2015. Makes sense, right? People have taken the idea of Stitch Mania, and people are able to kind of morph it into whatever they need it to be. Some people are doing a brand new start every single day of May. Some people are breaking out WIPS, and they're working on a WIP a day. I've heard people that are, what's the other one? They're just starting a WIP a week, and that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna do a new start every Monday in May, because for me, the idea of starting 32 WIPs or even 15 WIPs makes me nervous because I don't think I'll ever finish anything if I have that many WIPs to choose from. I won't be able to make a choice even if I do the spinner wheel thing. So I've decided for myself, what feels right is just a new start at the beginning of each week. And I don't even know if I'll just start it and then stitch on it the whole week, or if I'll start it and stitch on it for 3 days and then go back to some older WIPs. I haven't figured that part out yet, but I at least know one WIP each Monday in May. There's 4 Mays. So I wanted to show you the 4 projects that I have decided are going to be my Mania starts. So I've got them right next to me. And we'll start with the first one. I have decided, and I've shown you these before as possible starts, but these are the ones that are for sure what I'm doing. So the first one I'm going to start is, nobody's surprised, Bent Creek, the Candy Corns of Mischief. And the reason I chose this one, not just because it's Bent Creek, but because it's on a really interesting fabric. I mean, it's almost burlap-like, right? It's a fabric that I've never stitched on, and you're stitching it with pearl cottons. Okay? So I thought, I've never stitched with pearl cotton, and I've never stitched on this fabric. So I thought that sounds like a good thing. So the fabric here it's an 18 count linen, and you're going to stitch it over 2 with 1 strand of the pearl cotton. So I thought that seemed like, I flashed the pattern. I'm not supposed to do that. I thought that would be a fun stitch for me on a fabric I've never used, with a thread I've never used. So that's Stitch Mania number 1 for me. Okay, so that's the first one. The next one is kind of along the same vein. I have decided that I am going to do the hands-on design Cranberry Christmas. And the reason I have chosen that is, same thing. This is Sulky Thread, and I've never used it. So, same thing. I wanted to do something new to me. So, sulkies are new to me. Hands-on design is not new to me, but I just adore this. So I am going to do it on, do at least one of these. And this is my linen that I have chosen, and it is a 30 count Weeks Cocoa. So that is Stitch Mania number 2. So again, trying something new, and I am excited to try these, especially because you only have to use, you know, 1 ply. You don't have to double it up, and oh, I just think that's going to be fun. So that is number 2. Now the third one I'm going to do is, and I've showed you this before, I'm going to do, from the Scarlet House, I'm going to do the Autumn Alphabet. And I chose this because of the finishing. I have the horn book that the finished piece is mounted on. So I thought, well, that's going to be fun because it's all ready to finish, because I bought that, and I'm going to do this on a 40 count linen. This is the color is Flax, but I don't see, let's see here. I don't know if it's Weeks or Lakeside linen. All I know is it's Flax. So that's okay. Doesn't matter, right? So that is stitch number 3. That's going to be my third start for Mania. And then, last but not least, I am doing another Scarlet House. And this I bought as a kit a long time ago. It's a Scarlet House. It's called, hold that still. It's called Coverlet Houses. And it came with everything that you need. So I didn't have to do any kitting up. I just had to grab it. And it is kitted up with 32 count platinum Belfast linen, and I'm gonna stitch it again 2/2. That's my favorite. I like stitches that are a little more filled in. And it came with silks. I have never stitched with silk, so in the vein of trying new things, I am gonna stitch this. Now, I was looking at it, it says Needle Point Silk Ink. So, that is, again, something new. So, those are my 4 declared starts for Stitch Mania for next month. So, I've got lots of new things that I'm going to be trying out, and I am super excited about all of these projects. I think they're going to be super fun to work on. All right, so that's my plans. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you're going to do for Mania. I'm curious. I know some of you aren't going to do Mania at all, and some are going to, you know, go whole hog, and I'm curious, what are you doing? Let me know. Okay, so last week I got an order in the mail. I went crazy and ordered from my local needle shop, Thread Needle Street. I put in an order a couple of weeks ago for a couple of charts and then flosses, because I couldn't believe it, but every time I was kitting something up, I was missing. 2 DMC here, 3 DMC there, and I'm pretty sure they're probably in other projects, but I'm not gonna go do that Easter egg hunt. I just ordered them. So that came, but I want to show you the 2 charts that I got. So let me have a second to grab them. Where did I put them? Oh, for Pete's sake. Gotta be here somewhere, right? I set them aside specifically so I could show them to you guys. All right, give me half a second here. Oh, here they are. Here they are. Okay, so the 2 charts that came, I ordered up A Shepherd's Song by Plum Street. I love the phrase. It said, "May goodness and mercy follow thee," and I can't get over all those sheep. Those sheep are adorable. So I bought that one, and then the other one I picked up is from Pedal Pusher, and it's the Evergreens, which is so classic for here in the Pacific Northwest. So I am totally looking forward to stitching that guy. So that was part of my haul this week. And then the last thing that I got, let me show you this cute thing, is I subscribed to a bag club by So Much to Love, and woohoo, I got my bag. Isn't that cute? Look at this. Look at those cute little bunnies. Oh, I just love them. And then the little eggs, and then the cute little birdies, and then this adorable pink gingham. Couldn't be cuter. And inside the bag, it came with 2 yummy flosses. We've got pink hyacinth and bluebonnet. And then it also came with some tea, it came with some M&Ms, which are already gone. And then it came with this adorable scissor fob. So, I love it. It's gonna have to content me. I keep telling my husband that I want a bunny, and he keeps saying no. So I might have to be happy with my bunny project bag, because I don't think he's gonna let me get a real honest to goodness bunny. I would love to have a bunny. Last year in front of the elementary school, somebody released 2 rabbits, you know, probably a husband and a wife. And before you knew it, we had 5 baby bunnies, and they were living underneath the portables in front of the elementary school. And I am telling you, I was so obsessed with these bunnies. I would drive by and I would make sure that there were 5 little bunnies still there, because of course, you know, there's people that have pets, and, you know, bunnies scurry and then pets chase them. And slowly, I think we got down to 4 babies, 4 little bunnies, and then the 2 parents. And our elementary school is going to get a remodel this year. In fact, they've already started. So they contacted a bunny rescue, and they came and they trapped them. And, you know, I donated some money to help cover their costs. And one of the bunny rescue people, of course I'm a chatter, so I started talking to her, and I was like, oh yeah, I really want that black and white one. And she called me after they trapped it, and she was like, okay, I got it. I'm like, oh, good. And as I went and talked to my husband, he's like, no. So I did not get my bunny. Oh well, what can you do? I'm hoping that cute little guy is in a good home. I'm sure they found a good home for him, but I really wanted it to be my home. Okay, so on to finishing up May, or not May. My goodness, how did that happen? Not finishing up May, finishing up April before we get to May. I sat down with my planner, and I talked about last week the FFOing that I need to do. So I am down to I'm down to 5 things left to do on my April acrostic from the 24 Hours of Cross Stitch. That's Jen Lee's group. She's got a Facebook group. She sells the planner through her Etsy shop if you want to get it in advance, but you can get this from her Facebook group for free. You don't have to buy it if you don't want to. So I still have to start an ornament. That was on my plans. I want to FFO the entire laundry series by Hands On Design, FFO my whale stitch from Navaris, and then break out Playing with Jacks and unstitch the quarter stitches that I don't like. So I have those 4 things left to do to complete my acrostic. I think I'm going to be able to get quite a bit of time for fully finishing this weekend, because I worked last week and I worked Saturday and Sunday last weekend, which means once Wednesday shows up, I have a 4-day weekend. So I've got 4 days where I should have ample time to set up my sewing machine and get things finished up. So that's my plan, is to have some FFOs to show you next week. I'm gonna continue working on Cardinal Points and the summer SnapperLand. What else? I've been thinking about, I haven't been stitching on my black work, so that's another one I want to get a little time and catch up on the black work. I mean, I think they're on, week 15, and I've only done up to week 5, so I'm pretty far behind, but as long as I'm stitching, I'm happy, so we're good. So those are my plans. Work on FFOing the laundry company, the whole series, all 3 of them, this weekend, and work on those pieces that I just told you. So those are my plans. Hopefully I will get all that accomplished. And again, I won't be hosting any sort of Zoom meetup because all of those meetups that I was supposed to have last week got shifted to this week. So I once again have got tons of meetups that I need to be doing. I think I'm going to end up with 2 from work this week, as opposed to last week when it was supposed to just be 1. So now I've got 2. So sorry guys, I just don't have room on my calendar to host a meetup. So there are other people hosting them. Look around, I'm sure you'll find one, or host your own and invite people, because people are dying for that sort of virtual face-to-face connection. I'm sure you can find some folks to join your meetup if you decide to do that. Okay, I think that's it for me. I can't think of another thing to ramble about. So, stitch when you can, stitch what makes you happy, follow a plan, don't follow a plan, whatever gets you through the day. That I'm wishing good things for you. So, stitch happy, my friends, and I will see you in a week. Okay, bye.